Hi, welcome to my channel, Reader Woman. My name is Judy, and let's talk books or tags, as I was thinking we'd do right now. I was going to do the mid-year book freakout tag. It's not the middle of the year, but it's close enough for me. So, number one, best book you've read so far in 2018. Definitely by far, The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. Such a wonderful retelling of the Iliad, and the characters in there give much greater depth of uh, much greater depth of who Achilles was, who Patroclus was. I mean, her reimagining just brought it all to life in a very new and fresh way for me. Highly, highly recommended. Best sequel you've read so far in 2018. I haven't read a lot of sequels, so I guess that isn't quite true, but the latest one I read was by Charlaine Harris, All the Little Liars, which is an Aurora Teagarden mystery. This is the one where she finds out she's pregnant. So it was just fun to rediscover the characters. Best or new release you haven't read yet but want to. And this is embarrassing because I've had this book for several months and I haven't read it yet. Jane and Dorothy, A True Tale of Sense and Sensibility by Marion Beavers. And I really look forward to reading that. It's just up my alley. The juxtaposition between Jane Austen, Dorothy Wordsworth, their lives, what they accomplished, what they didn't, and being sisters in an age where you either got married or you were a burden on the family. And so I look forward to reading that. Definitely on my list for this year. Number 4, most anticipated release for second half of 2018. I don't really know a lot of books that are coming out. So, but I did hear about this one. I don't know that I'll read it, but I do look forward to getting around to it. And that is The Labyrinth of the Spirits by Ruiz Zafón Carlos. He wrote the one that I've read, which was The Shadow in the Wind, which was just beautiful. I didn't read the others in the series, so I will look forward to reading this one, but I do plan on getting the other 2 books prior to that. Biggest disappointment. Not the biggest disappointment, but a disappointment. Sweet Revenge, a Lady Ariana Regency Mystery, number 1, by Andrea Penrose. I thought it was fairly shallow, rather juvenile. It just really didn't appeal to me. I did read another series by her that was much, much better. The characters were better fleshed out, and there was just more looking at the time and how, money, class, poverty. And so I much preferred that series. I don't know. I don't have that name right in front of me, but she's not a bad author. It's just I didn't particularly like that series. Biggest surprise. I was really surprised at how much I enjoyed Death at Breakfast by Beth Gutchen. This is a Maggie Detweiler and Hope Babin book, and it's the first in a series. Very well done. I thought her prose was good. Every once in a while, though, I was surprised by her word choice. And it wasn't the big word choices, it was the small word choice. I thought that maybe a little bit better editing, it would have flowed just a hair better. But she's a very talented author, and I recommend that. Part of the reason I really liked the series, though, was it was about 2 middle-aged women who solved the mystery. As a middle-aged woman, I thought that was pretty cool. So, yeah, I liked that one, and it was a surprise. My favorite new author has to be Madeline Miller. I'm so disappointed that it's going to take her another couple of years to come out with her next one. Newest fictional crush. not exactly fictional, but I read Gerald Durrell's semi-autobiography on my family and other animals, which I thoroughly loved, and I fell in love with his brother, Larry. I mean, he's sarcastic, self-centered, total narcissist, and yet sublimely literary. I could fall for him. I really could. I might not like living with him, but he was definitely a surprise crush when I had to think about this. Newest favorite character, I would have to say Niska from The 3-Day Road by Joseph Boyden. She's a First Nations healer, and the story takes place before and just shortly after World War One, and she was an amazing spirit. She led her tribe. She at one point thought that she was the last of her tribe. She searched high and low for her nephew, and yeah, it was a pretty amazing story. The book that made you cry, number 10, and that had to be Song of Achilles. I read some reviews, and everyone was like, "Oh, I cried," and I'm like, "Yeah, whatever." And it was so funny because you get to the end, and it's like, "Oh, I've got to cry about this." Nah. And then the next sad thing, "Oh, no." And then the last 2 pages, it just caught me emotionally, and I didn't cry. I just sobbed. It was very emotional. So for me, at least, like I say, I can't highly recommend it enough. Book that made me happy, number 11. That had to be My Family and Other Animals by Gerald Durrell. He made me fall in love with his family, his poor suffering mother, his 2 brothers and sisters, the family dog, Corfu, the nature, his descriptions of the nature and the animals, reptiles, fish, just the people living there. So vibrant, and yeah, highly recommend it. Favorite book to movie adaptation you saw this year? I didn't read the book. However, Call Me by Your Name. Magnificent movie. Just magnificent. And I'm so happy the director is thinking about keeping all the 4 main characters and doing a trilogy. I think it just was that special. If you haven't seen it, you really need to. Favorite review I've written this year. That was the review I wrote on Goodreads for Your Heart is a Muscle the Size of a Fist by Sunil Yapa. Very powerful book. It wasn't perfect, but it was well worth reading, and I'm really glad I did. It had to do with the protesters stopping the WTO meeting in Seattle in the late 90s. And it's written by, he's taken, 6 or 8 different characters and writing about this event and all of it coalescing. And he did a really good job. Most beautiful book he bought so far this year. Cersei. Oh, as a graphic designer, I am in awe of what they did with this cover. So simple and yet so damn beautiful. With the black, the copper, and then the white lettering. So beautiful. I think it's one of the most beautiful books I've bought in a long time. What books do you need to read by the end of the year? Well, I do need to read a few more books by the end of the year. I just finished The Circle by Dave Eggers, and that's for my book club. We have another 4 books there. And then for myself, I want to read T.C. Boyle's The Terranauts. I just purchased that, so I'm looking forward to that. They're There by Tommy Orange. I have a copy, and I'm looking forward to finishing that. Kushiel's Dart by Jacqueline Carey. Odd, but I'm going to finish it. And then the other new book I just got is The Perfect Couple by Ellen Hildebrand. So, anyways, I look forward to hearing what you're reading. Take care. Bye.